Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sprint 284 review. This was a normal 2-week sprint. Let's get started. I'll start with the overview, Gilbert on the UI, Adam on providers, and Joe on the platform. This sprint, we had 160 PRs merged. And by label, mostly technical debt and enhancements with a couple bugs in there as well. And over to Gilbert on the UI.
Thanks, Jason. So for the UI, we had some bug fixes. I had a bug fix to preserve white space on the structured list component. I also fixed a bug with the React forms for certain catalog items, and Asavad fixed the some chart related bugs. For enhancements, Elsa had her settings, application settings, replication tab, React conversion. Adam used provider-specific service templates when available. I converted the customization templates table to React and the dashboard icons also to Carbon icons. Osavod had a PR to enhance the tagging component. I had a PR to convert the dialog folders list to React. Osavod enhanced the toolbar command for Cypress, and Osavod also upgraded our Carbon charts version to V1. Next slide. For some other PRs, Osava dropped some unused components that he found. Jason switched to the shared yarn.lock update workflow. Osavad did a refactor of the schedule Cypress test. Jason had a couple PRs to remove tech debt. He removed the owner load LDAP from dialogues and the old LDAP auth code, including forest. Adam used service template automation instead of checking for individual leaf classes. And finally, we had the bot update yarn to 4.13, as well as Jason updating or unlocking Manage IQ, the style gem. Next slide. For UI service, I had a bunch of PRs to remove unneeded resolutions for brace expansion, path to regexp, nth check, sign on, and crossbone. The bot updated our yarn version to 4.13, and I updated our yarn.lock to fix various security issues. Next slide. So going back to some of our bug fixes, the preserve white space in the structured list component PR that I did, it's hard to see, but basically in the name from before, the white space in front of the one was not being preserved. After my fix, you can see the white space is now being preserved before the one. Next slide. For the React Forms fix for catalog items PR that I did, before you can see an error was being thrown when selecting certain catalog items, and then on the after, now the form loads perfectly fine. Next slide. For Osavud's fix for chart-related bugs, a bunch of various bugs were fixed relating to the carbon charts. This is an example, one of them. You could see on the left a bunch of errors being thrown, and then on the right, the proper chart now being rendered inside of the errors. Next slide. For Elsa's replication tab React conversion, you could see the before and after here. Before, you had kind of the old components, the old table, and then on the after, we managed to create a new modal to handle the adding, and then we have the new carbon components for the form. Next slide. Adams use provider-specific service templates if available is shown here. So we have examples with the AWX embedded Terraform and embedded Ansible workflows all shown here and their example outputs. Next slide. My convert customization templates table to React PR shown here. So the before old table on the left, and then after the new Carbon React table on the right. Next slide. Convert dashboard icons to Carbon. This PR, I basically just changed all the dashboard icons to now support carbon icons. So you can see the old icons on the left replaced with the new carbon icons on the right. Next slide. Um, sorry, the title is wrong here, but this is Osavod's enhanced tagging component PR. On the left, you can see the way that the data was coming in on the old method. You can see the description and ID, and on the right, it's changed to ID and label to now support the proper Carbon 11 methodology. Next slide. Title is wrong here as well too, but um, this is the conversion of the dialogues table from Carbon to Carbon React that I did. You see the old table on the left that previously wasn't being rendered. After a bug fix, I got the table to render, and then I did the Carbon React conversion to get the new table on the right. Next slide. And that's it for the UI. Next is Adam.
Thanks, Gilbert. This sprint, we changed the AWS Ansible Tower service templates to be able to work with workflows provisioning, which supported what Gilbert showed in the earlier slide showing the output for the workflows provision style. Amazon and a few other providers, Jason, fixed some LDAP, MIQ LDAP stubbing and removing of owner LDAP from the provision dialogues. For embedded Terraform, we added service and service template subclasses for MIQ provision that you can be able to order embedded Terraform with workflows and be able to see the output in the UI. Next slide. For Power HMC and Power VC, we added the ability to select a parent Power VC for an HMC provider. So you can have multiple HMCs belonging to a Power VC, and this relationship will be used in the future to do different things regarding inventory collection and operations. Next slide. For NSXT, we deleted some unused create, update, delete methods. These had been used in the initial commit from this plugin, but the code that called it was deleted, and these were still left around, so we cleaned those up. For Oracle Cloud, we fixed a bug if there was a significantly deep number of compartments. Essentially, we had to issue an API call for each compartment, and that added up pretty quickly, and we would hit retry errors for too many API requests. So the OCI gem actually had a retry config that was easy to set so that we could handle that, and that got us past the issue. I think what you had like over 30 or 40 compartments, it was starting to hit too many errors or too many API calls. So this fixed that up. For Proxmox, we had to reconfigure VM support. We added a relationship between VMs and the data stores that their disks live on, as well as some additional VM power operations. And some cleanup, we removed some unnecessary parent collections from the inventory collections, which existed in the base, so they didn't have to be specified here. Next slide. For SCVMM, this is we're investigating bringing this back. It was deprecated primarily because we were trying to move to RHEL 8. Some of the packages didn't build, but it's still being used. So we're looking at dropping some functionality, particularly Smart State, and bringing the rest of it back. As part of that, some of the community users have been bringing back some of the code which had been deleted. So this had a provisioning dialog in core, which they've now moved to this provider, and we're going to be looking at bringing back some of the others as we go. And finally, for Terraform Enterprise, we attach as part of ordering a service, we are now attaching the stack to the service, which is what's used by the UI in order to show run output. This was previously missing from Terraform Enterprise. And finally, we're inheriting from Service Template Automation, which is the new base class in core, so that we can clean up some of the checks in the UI repo, which Gilbert also mentioned earlier. Next slide. I believe that's it for providers. Over to Joe.
Thanks, Adam. For platform enhancements this sprint, a community user added API support for host power on and power off, as well as VM delete operations. Next, I added the ability to deploy high availability primary and standby Postgres appliances in the KubeVirt VM deployment script. I also updated the appliance build to use the appliance console CLI for configuring these or the single appliances and some minor cleanup. Using the CLI is more reliable than running the manual console script and then reading and writing standard output and input. Next, in the ManageIQ style gem, Jason bumped Rubocop to version 1.8.5 and added Ruby 3.3 through 4.0 support. Next slide. For bugs and maintenance this sprint, Jason bumped Rails to 8.05 in multiple repos to address lots of CVEs. He also unlocked ManageIQ style gem dependency across several repositories. He dropped Rails versions less than 7.2 and updated to Rails 8 in gems pending. He removed owner load LDAP from dialogues. This is the backend change for the UI change that Gilbert mentioned. Jason also updated, or he removed the sys file system dependency, and he removed MIQ LDAP entirely. Finally, he dropped the time gem as 0.3.0 is the default in Ruby 3.3. Adam updated parallel tests to version 5 and opened the version dependency. And finally, he dropped the SSH key gem from Core's gem file. Next slide, and back to Jason.
And that's all for our Sprint 284 review. The next Sprint review 285 will be April 15th at the usual place and time. And I'd like to thank all the presenters today, all the contributors in our community, and yeah, our community. Thanks, guys.